here's how to do a pseudo-raster effect for the laser cutter. So I've got two paths. This is just a circle. That one will be easy to do. This one is three paths. The key to doing this guy is to select them all. Go over here to Object, Compound Path, Make. This makes it into a compound path. Double check it before you try to move on though, and change the fill color to something, and make sure it fills it correctly. If it doesn't leave, for in this case, these two holes, then something's wrong. If it is wrong in the attributes panel, the winding directions and non-zero winding rule, or even odd. If you switch to even odd, then you can use the reverse path direction on the different paths. You just got to play with those until you get the settings right. But this one slices just fine. So then I set the fill to transparent on that guy, and transparent on this guy as well. It doesn't greatly matter, but if you have a fill, the laser cutter draws two lines, and it's going to draw a lot of extra lines anyway, so you don't want that. So if we take the line tool and draw a line, I'm holding shift to constrain it to be straight, and then effect, distort and transform. In the vertical, we're going to set it to 0.8, check preview so we can see it, and I'm going to have it make a bunch of freaking copies. It's like 210 or so. We'll do it on this one, and then OK, and then under Object, Expand Appearance, turns these into real life lines. So let me go back to the selection tool and select off of that, and since it's buried, since the original shape's buried, we need to select it, and the outline select less object below. Shift left click to add that to the selection, and then under Pathfinders, divide. Whee! There it is. The unfortunate consequence of doing it this way is how it creates the paths, because each of these paths is a loop. So because it's a loop on a loop on a loop on a loop, it means you get double tracings over each of them. So if somebody figures out how to do that, that'd be awesome. Or to avoid that, that'd be awesome. So this shape, same idea, but we can do things like a diagonal line, and then effect, distort and transform, 0.8 by 0.8, preview. Oh, I have to down a little bit, so just gonna move that way a little bit. Effect, distort and transform, 0.8, preview, 210. That'll do. And then the same thing as before. Select path, object, expand appearance, so it becomes real lines instead of an effect. And then select both the compound path and the lines, and in Pathfinder, divide. You select off of it, it has actually divided a path correctly. It shows lines here. It turns out that they don't end up in the final PDF, so everything is fine. If they are stroked, then they will show up in the final PDF, and that means that it wasn't divided right. Usually switching to even odd instead of the non-zero is the way to fix that. So there you go. Enjoy.